So I'd get up at 5 in the morning, personal train from 6 to 12. Fitness Together. Remember those days?
Yeah, I do.
I took 2 hours off, would take a nap, eat lunch, and then I would go do lessons from 4 to 8.
Wow. Where were you giving lessons at this time?
In Hoover, at the Viper Dome at the time.
So it's just a random facility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 22 years old, not playing softball any longer, giving these lessons. Did you think, okay, was this just like, okay, this is what I'm going to do for now?
Yeah, but my dad kept asking me, when are you going to get a real job? But
were you what? Now, but you were. I mean,
I was making really good money.
I was going to say,
and it was cash.
Oh yeah.
So at that time, I was living in an apartment in Lakeshore, something like that. Yeah, and I was working, and I was making way more money doing lessons than I was personal training. But personal training was giving me insurance, so it was like. But I didn't want to keep doing it because I hated getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy the job. And I loved lessons. But at the time, I was doing 101 for 30 minutes, maybe an hour. And Dad was like, you're capped out. This is all you could ever make. What are you going to do with your life? Because, again, it was still really good money. But Dad wanted something more, I guess, stable. More somebody's got your insurance, retirement, kind of thing.
My dad thought the same thing.
But I was just like, you can't make the money I make in an 8-hour job than I'm making in a 4-hour job, getting paid cash, working when I want to. So why would I go work a job?
Okay, so at what point did you think, you know what, my dad's probably wrong. I can make a living doing this?
I've always thought my dad was wrong.
Yeah.
No, I always heeded his advice, but I was always if he says I can't do it, I'm going to do it, kind of challenge.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think after about 4 years of doing it.
So you did that for 4 years.
Yeah, I just never stopped. It was just kept going and growing, and I would go to another place that had more space, and I would continue to kind of get, at that time, these indoor facilities were getting bigger and bigger and more, So actually, I left there, and I had my own facility.
Where?
On Lakeshore.
Okay.
It was where Total Softball and Baseball used to be. It was right around the corner on Lakeshore. So I had my own facility. And we actually got turf. Somebody told me we could go to the old baseball place in Birmingham, the old place. They had, from the Atlanta Falcons, they had cut AstroTurf and delivered it there. My dad and I went and picked it up.
Yeah, you did.
And we rolled it out, washed it, and rented our own machines and put that AstroTurf in my building for free.
That's awesome.